everyone, and welcome to Modern Living TV.
Well, it's always nice to try something new, right?
Yes, and speaking of something new or something made into something new, we will also talk to someone who has found a way to make rags into designer bags of international quality. It's quite amazing. All these in today's episode of Modern Living TV.
From living spaces to living life beyond its confines.
This is your ultimate guide to modern living. In this day and age where almost everything is going digital, rarely do we see people still putting together scrapbooks for their photos. But of course, it's still a more fun and really personal way to document our life milestones. And it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Weddings, birthdays, graduations, anniversaries. Admit it, it's impossible not to be trigger happy with photos whenever we celebrate these occasions. Most of the time, however, these photos just end up on social media or in our hard drives. Most of the time, it's because people are too busy to still have their photos printed and put together in an album or scrapbook. But according to a group of hobbyists that we met, scrapbooking is really pretty easy.
For those moms or people who think that they couldn't do scrapbooking because it might seem intimidating at first, it's actually not that hard to scrapbook, especially now with the amount of materials that's available. It's very easy to create a layout. You can make a layout in like 10-15 minutes. It depends on how complicated you want it to be. Scrapbooking is it's a way of documenting your memories, the milestones that happened in your kid's life, the things that happened in your own personal life, as well as your thoughts. It can serve as like photo diary.
The good thing about this hobby is it does not have to be expensive.
It actually doesn't have to be an expensive hobby. Before we started, especially with limited number of materials, you actually get to be more creative with a limited supply of materials. So even the smallest scrap of paper, we can actually keep it and then use it for our layout. So your layouts can actually be as cheap or as expensive as you make it to be. So the main materials that you need are actually just paper, and then the acid-free adhesive, the trimmer, or you can use actually any blade and ruler and cutter or scissors for that. So you don't really have to invest on so many tools. It's important for the materials to be acid-free so it would not turn yellow.
And once you have these tools, the next step is to let your imagination take control.
In scrapbooking, there's no rules. You just do whatever you like, what makes you feel happy. So that's one thing we always stress with new scrapbookers, because sometimes they feel we don't know how to do it. How do we go about it? Yeah, they're intimidated. So we always tell them, just go with your feel. Just put together what you think looks good, and at the end of the day, it's your work.
Now, if you really want suggestions or ideas for the design of your scrapbook, the internet is teeming with inspiration.
There are several styles, so it would really depend on your preference. Like some of us, we follow sketches. Some of us would like to focus more on the photos. And there are also some, like me, for example, I like to dabble with more mixed media stuff. Like I use a lot of paint and inks and mixed mediums.
And for the really, really busy moms, there is a shortcut to creating scrapbooks, the Project Life.
We call it also pocket scrapbooking style. Is actually similar to the slip-in albums that we have before, only that they made pre-made cards or inserts that you can just actually insert. So it's easier for a working mom who has limited time to do scrapbooking to just insert the photos and at the same time journal using the cards that are already available.
Scrapbooking is really fun because you can copy or scrap lift from internet or from
Any of
from
the
anywhere.
layouts
Yeah.
that we
So it's
actually
really easy.
With a little extra patience, you can make your memories even more wonderful by documenting them with a creative twist. Each milestone in your life deserves to be remembered in an extra special way and passed on for the years to come.